Good evening, folks. It's Jay from JayTalk. Of course, we have our wonderful co-host, Nick from the Nick Drop. Sorry.
You're going to come up with all that new stuff all the time, right?
I'm trying to, make it a little more enjoyable, I guess. So, I do my best. So,
Variety is the spice of life. That's what they say.
yeah, it is what they say. So, you never know. Somebody may be like, oh, that was a funny voice. You need to do it more often.
No.
No.
It don't matter.
Well, was it? Yeah, Urkel had that high pitch, like a really, and then
Poor
I
guy.
do that, whatever. Yeah. So,
And poor guy, he's never lived that out. He's done a couple movies where he was like a gangster and stuff like that. It just didn't play well.
no. It doesn't sit. It's funny as hell.
Yeah.
So, yeah, and the reason why I brought that up is because I wanted to talk about classic TV.
All right.
Okay. First off, how you doing, man?
Hanging in there, brother. Just hanging in there. Work's good. Life's good. Just chilling.
Okay, that's good.
Nothing spectacular going on. Just,
I know.
keeping the drama out of my life. Important message there, ladies and gentlemen. Keep the drama out of your life.
Exactly, and don't create any. I know I know, but I'm just saying there are people who enjoy it, so
Oh, that's amazing how people do that.
Yeah.
They're so used to chaos when they were growing up that they're geared for that when they get older.
Yeah. Folks,
so when things are normal and rational and all that stuff, they panic.
Yeah. You know what?
That's why cheat. That's why people. Sorry. Don't start all that stuff.
No, I was gonna say, that if you really feel that way, sit down and watch a little, daytime television. Watch a little Days of Our Lives or General Hospital. There's plenty of drama on there.
No, that teaches them how to create drama.
I know.
Of course, everybody on them shows is sleeping with everybody.
I know. It's funny as hell.
Loyal.
I know.
A lady has a baby and she's got 6 different dads. She doesn't know who the dad is.
Yeah, exactly. I know. So, but I mean, there's plenty of classic dramas out there too that don't teach that crazy crap.
Well, any drama teaches you how to drama.
That's true. Okay, that's a fair point.
But I mean, you can't get around it either.
No.
My favorite show in the whole wide world is The West Wing.
Okay.
And it's a drama series.
Yes.
So,
Yes. But let's talk about classic television, okay?
How far we got to go back?
50s, 60s, 70s.
Oh, my God. You weren't even born back then.
Yes, I was.
Barely.
70s was, yeah.
Watch TV in the 70s?
Yeah, 70s. So, but the reason it made me think of this and the reason why I wanted to do this show is because, I sit every day at dinner and I watch a show with my youngest. There's just one show we watch, okay? And it changes depending on if we finish the show or not. Sometimes it's an older show, sometimes it's a newer one. It's just hit or miss, Jay sometimes will sit in, sometimes he won't, that type of stuff. But, families just don't gather around and watch TV like they used to.
Right. With a big TV sat on the floor with no remote, and the kids were the person they got to change the channel.
Yeah.
Going from 2 to 11 to 13 to 26. I don't even think 26 was in there.
26 Channel 8.
Yeah. Channel 8. That might have been to your era.
PBS.
2, 11, and 13 were the only TV stations when I was a kid.
Okay. Yeah, well, I just remember PBS because that was the only way you could watch Doctor Who.
Yeah, see, I just typed in, I just Googled classic TV. That's it. All I did was say classic TV shows, and you wouldn't believe what it came up.
Oh, I believe it. Trust me, there's plenty of good ones out there. But I actually have been watching, probably started 2 weeks ago. I started from the very first episode of MASH.
Wow.
Classic television.
Classic television.
Okay, and
That's old school right there, buddy.
yeah, and so I've been watching every episode in order, and I'm like, oh, I remember this story. I didn't remember it was in this timeline, and so I'm sitting there like, okay, that's interesting, and so I'm learning things, but there are also those really good episodes with MASH that are just heart wrenching and everything like that.
Oh yeah.
I'm in an emotional point right now because of what we talked about last episode, with my friend's son. So I've been watching emotional shows, kind of, so, but it's been interesting. So MASH has been great. Okay, so number one classic television show for you.
Oh man. You're catching me on the spot right here. So I don't even know if I can say there's a one,
Okay,
but I can come off a few.
okay.
Like when I was
Top
a
three,
kid,
four.
top three. Gilligan's Island.
Okay, great one. Okay.
That's up there in the top. This is when I was before 10 years old.
Yeah, yeah,
So
yeah.
Gilligan's Island, Bewitched, and the only other one was a cartoon. It was Fred Flintstone. Because I'd watch Fred Flintstone, Gilligan's Island, Bewitched, and the Dick Van Dyke Show. That was the other one.
Oh yeah, the Dick Van Dyke Show was a pretty good one too. I will agree with that. Yeah.
I
So
Love Lucy.
yeah,
I was in.
yeah.
I was in
Okay.
the
So
Golden Girls. It was a really
okay,
good show.
I
It was a
know,
really
I know. Yeah, it had Betty White. I mean, come on,
yeah. That's what I'm saying.
that
Really good
was that
show.
was a really funny one. Okay, so here's just a list of a couple of classics, just to start naming off a few. Okay,
All right.
some of these probably leaked into the '80s a little bit. Okay, so but we'll leave them be. Brady Bunch.
Good one.
You did you like that one?
Yes, I
Okay,
watched it.
okay. The Jeffersons.
Jeffersons watched it.
Family Ties.
Watched it.
Mork and Mindy.
Definitely watched it. You can't not watch that. Was fun.
Yeah, that one was funny. And after we go through this list, we'll go back through and talk through them. I'm just going to go through the list real quick. Three's Company, Love
Got it.
Boat,
Love Boat.
Andy Griffith Show,
Yep.
The Old Black and White Addams Family,
Yes.
Beverly Hillbillies. Of course, you said the Carol Burnett Show, the original Hawaii Five-0,
Right.
Matlock,
Yes. Watched too.
Perry Mason,
Yep.
Gunsmoke, The Rifleman,
Banana.
classic Popeye.
Oh, that was good. The original black and white cartoon Popeye.
Yeah.
You
Okay,
gotta love
those
that.
are just a couple on the list. I mean, if you think
You
about it,
missed one. You missed one that was critically important.
what's that?
Happy Days.
Oh, Happy Days.
Yep,
Laverne
gotta
and
throw it out.
Shirley.
Laverne and Shirley.
Well, what?
Oh, that's it.
It's funny as when we talk about it, but it what was it? We were just talking about Urkel. The guy who played was it Jaleel White? I think is the name of the actor, or
Yeah,
Jamal White or something like that. I don't remember what his But the point is, you said he disappeared for a while, and it reminded me. I don't know if he disappeared or if I just didn't see him in anything. Henry Winkler, after the Happy Days, I don't know. It almost like he fell off.
he had a pocket full of money, so
Well, that's true. Good point.
he has done, and I don't know in what particular show, but it was like an NCIS or a CSI or one of those type of shows.
Well, but yeah, I mean, he was
Bad guy.
he was in the Waterboy movie as the coach. Remember?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I mean, he's done some gigs recently, but I'm talking about. It seemed like for 20 years there, it was almost like I didn't never hear about him. And maybe I just wasn't plugged in, but I don't remember much about him. So I just thought it was interesting.
Go down a little bit.
So
He did quite a bit of stuff on the kids circuit.
okay. But
Yeah.
Sanford and Son, that was a classic. Good Times. What was the one with the kid who had the train?
Had the train.
Yeah, I'll remember the name later. I'll find it.
Fresh Prince. You're not talking about that, are you?
No. That was more late 80s, early 90s.
Dennis the Menace?
The original? Black and white? Yeah. Okay, so I can tell you something funny. I was actually named after the actor who played Dennis the Menace.
Really?
Black and white, yes. His name was Jay North.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So
I'm trying to find this one you're talking about with the train.
Oh no, it was the kid. His dad was really rich. I think he owned a toy store or something. They had a train in their mansion. So, yeah.
21 Jump Street.
No, that wasn't it. I'll remember later.
Well, that's why I was trying to change the subject. So soon you know how that works.
Yeah, I know.
If you forget about it, it'll come to you.
Yeah.
The Rock Files, Hill Street Blues, Columbo, Miami Vice.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Okay. Now we've named off quite a few here.
Yeah.
Okay. If we think classic black and white. Okay.
All right.
What's your top? What do you think? What are ones that you think that are underappreciated by this generation?
Oh, I could think of 2 or 3 right off the top of my head.
Okay. Tell me what they are and tell me why.
Perry Mason.
Okay.
It was one of the best detective type shows way back then in the black and white day.
Okay. Taught kids analytical skills of deduction and things like that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Then you had the Twilight Zone.
Ooh, that was creepy.
That was creepy.
Yeah, and then that was an original.
Alfred Hitchcock presents. So those two were kind of the creepies, but that was good. Another one that I did watch a lot was The Rifleman.
Good one. I like that one. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So I will tell you, classic black and white. Got to be Addams Family.
Yep.
I love the Addams Family. I don't know what it was. The Munsters.
Yes, they were black and white.
I forgot about that one. I love the Munsters. That was a great one. I was more of the comedy show. I did like the what was it? The Andy Griffith Show was the third one I was going to say is my top 3.
One Bullet Party.
Yes, I know. But, it's funny, but you said some good ones too. I just wasn't as into the detective / and I wasn't into horror when I was a kid.
Right.
So it was all comedy.
You would have watched Green Acres and Petticoat Junction.
Oh, yeah. Green Acres, I remember. Petticoat Junction, I don't.
Oh, no.
So, now I will tell you, there was a really great show. And I think I was 10. It was late 70s, early 80s. And it's the Bob Newhart Show.
Oh, man. I watch that show like crazy.
You know what? You know why I remember that show so much? Because, of course, my middle name's Daryl. So what is the guy? Guy walks up to Bob Newhart. This is my brother Daryl. And my other brother Daryl.
Hi, I'm Daryl. This is my brother Daryl. This is my other brother.
Yeah, I know. It's like... Oh, Lord, I'm sorry.
That right there has stood the test of time. I've heard kids say, "Hey, I'm George. This is my brother George." This is my,
Yeah, exactly.
They might not have used the name Daryl, but they used the sequence of how they did it. How did they get it?
Exactly.
That show wasn't on in the 90s and the 2000s.
No.
But these kids will say it. I've heard my kids go, this my, you know,
Yeah.
this is Sean, this mother brother Sean, this mother brother, you know, and say it like that and go, how the hell would you know that? You know,
Exactly. Yeah.
that kind of stuff is cool because it stood the test of time.
Right. And you got to give kudos to Bob Newhart, because whoever the writers are, and if he was a part of that, dude, that was hilarious. That was a great point. I mean, and I love that show. And then part of the reason I love that show was because there's Daryl, and of course, my middle name's Daryl, so it really stuck with me. But so I watched the rest of the show. I always thought it was funny as heck.
That's a
So
good show.
it was a good show. And I actually have gotten what is it, Pluto TV. Yeah, you can sit there and they have these classic channels where all they do is they have a dedicated channel to like the Addams Family. And they have
Oh
a
yeah.
dedicated channel to,
What's it called? Pluto.
Pluto TV. If you have a Roku, you can download Pluto TV. You can
It's
watch
free.
it. It's free. Yeah, you can watch
Yeah.
it on your PC as well if you wanted to. Just go to pluto.tv, I think is what it is. And so it's a really good one. And I actually, I didn't think there was many things on the Roku that I wanted, but there was a one channel that wasn't available on my smart TV, so I ended up having to get one, and then discovered the Pluto TV, and I was like, oh, this is actually kind of cool, So you can actually go watch every episode. Now it's not a streaming service, so they don't stop. You can't stop it at all. It's
Oh, it goes. Does it get commercials too?
no commercials.
No commercials, but
It
you
just
can't
go
pause it.
no. And so,
Wow.
yeah, so if you turn it off, you may pick it up 3 seasons later, or, 5
Oh,
episodes later or whatever, but they're on a continuous loop. They will literally run through the entire 15, 8, whatever seasons, and they will literally start all over. And it's just literally, that's the way it goes.
so you just pick. You walk in. You're like, I'm going to watch Adam's Family, and whatever you hit, it could be whatever season, whatever episode.
Exactly.
Ooh, I wouldn't want to do that.
Yeah, but the funny thing is, you know why I like that?
Why?
Nostalgia. When you turned it on back in the day, you couldn't pause it. You couldn't do anything. Wherever you
well.
were, that's where it was. You just watched it.
You get up and pee. You got to run.
Yeah, exactly.
We're talking about Bob Newhart, and I have to throw this in because I knew I had seen him on a TV show recently,
Okay.
and I started watching the reruns. Started from season 1 of NCIS,
Yes.
and Bob Newhart was on NCIS. I don't know, maybe back 2011. So I was
Yes.
watching whatever season was, and he was a coroner with Ducky on the show.
Yep. I remember
Yeah.
that. I've seen the NCIS too, and yeah, I remember that too. And yeah, it was a really great one. So they did a really good job with that.
Yeah, they
So
do.
I always love Bob Newhart. There were quite a few, kind of some of those older shows, older guys that kind of really did. I mean, what was it? Andy Griffith? Who's the guy who played in, Andy Griffith? Or was that his name?
Oh, was it?
No, what's his? Because he's the same guy that played Matlock. Yeah, I'm pretty sure he's the same guy.
Yep.
So, here, let me look it up. You looking it up?
Yeah, I'm looking it up right now. I got it.
Yeah. Andy Griffith show. I just remember. He's the guy, same guy that played Matlock.
Yeah, his name is Andy Griffith,
Yeah,
and on the show he played Andy Taylor.
Andy Taylor. That's right. Okay.
Yeah. So,
Yeah.
and then Opie Taylor was Ron Howard.
Now Ron
Doc-
Howard. I actually just saw MASH episode. Ron Howard was in it.
was on it. Yep.
So
That's cool.
yeah. Sorry. Go ahead. You were gonna say
Oh,
something.
no, that was it.
Okay. So okay. So I think my parents, when I was growing up, if I remember correctly, it was Three's Company. That was one show I remember very well. Of course, we watched the Brady Bunch. I was trying to think. We did watch I Dream of Jeannie. We haven't mentioned that one. That was another good one. No, you mentioned Bewitched.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
I Dream of Jeannie was the next one. Lucille Ball, I Love Lucy.
Yes.
Yeah.
So, but it's very interesting. If there's a certain show that you thought the kids could learn a lot from, what do you think the show would be?
Wow. I don't know if there's any show out there that you can learn from unless you turn on PBS or,
Well, but
you
like
know,
Little House on the Prairie was constantly teaching a lesson in their shows.
oh, well, good point there. But the list that I have here that's helping me bring back my memory, it was all comedy.
Yeah, I
You know,
know.
Gilligan's Island, The Brady Bunch, Andy Griffith Show, The Fresh Prince,
Yeah,
The
Gilligan's
Golden.
Island taught you a lesson.
It taught you how to stay stranded on an island and survive.
No, never take a 3-hour tour. You know.
Well, that's true.
So just and if
Yeah,
you are, make sure there's at least one woman for every man, because it's that we were missing there. Go
now
ahead.
if kids watched MacGyver, it'd teach them how to make anything out of duct tape.
Yeah, there you go. MacGyver was a great one. So
Alf. Did you ever watch Alf?
I watched Alf. That was early '80s. Was that? Yeah,
Uh,
that was like an early '80s show. That was really great. Um. So yeah, I was just but I appreciate this. I actually have older shows, and I keep trying to get my kids to sit down and watch them with me, but they just it's old stuff. Now the
Yeah.
Adams Family, they'll sometimes sit down and watch the old black and white,
Right.
because they find it funny. It's a little creepy, kooky, whatever, cringy, So, but it's amazing. Just some of the old, because I'm going back now and watching some of the older stuff, because it's like, with the exception of anime and a couple of select shows, honestly, a lot of stuff on TV right now just does not appeal to me.
So, what are your select shows?
Of course, I
That-
liked NCIS.
Right.
Okay, Big Bang Theory is not around anymore, so I did enjoy Big Bang Theory.
I would love to rewatch that, but see, they're smart. They're not putting it on Netflix. It's not on Prime. It's not on Hulu.
Right.
It's not on Disney because it's not a Disney deal. But I can't find it, The Big Bang Theory, because I'd love to watch it from start to finish.
Right.
That's my favorite thing to do now. And my all-time favorite show in the whole wide world is The West Wing.
Yeah.
And there were 7 seasons. The difference between this, most of these seasons will only run like 10 episodes a year.
Yeah. Yeah.
This The West Wing run 26 episodes for 7 seasons. So they got quite a few shows, and I'm curious about that now. What did they do back in the old days? How many shows did they run?
Yeah. See, now
But-
I did the shows that I watch now. That I watch, and I've talked about this before. Okay, so like about once every year, every other year, okay, me and Gabe will watch Big Time Rush, start to finish. Okay.
Yep.
And everybody,
watched-
yeah, and everybody's like, "Why in the world would you?" It's a teenage girls TV show, and the reason why I like Big Time Rush is because of the nostalgia, and it reminds me of the original Monkeys TV show.
That's cool.
I mean, and so think about that. Another great black and white, a lot of comedy, antics, and singing. Hello, Big Time Rush. Comedy,
Right.
drama, antics, and singing. I mean, come on. It's literally, they just took the Monkeys and did a remake. But they did a good job with Big Time Rush, in my opinion. So, yeah, the only thing is I think during the Monkeys you didn't have social media, so they
Yeah.
So, but
I have watched Big Time Rush with the kids.
it's a good show. It really is. It does
Well, you
remind
said
me
iCarly.
100%. What?
iCarly.
Yeah. Okay. Watched
I've watched
iCarly.
every episode of that with Nikki and Andrew.
There you go. Okay.
Yep.
Good one.
Victorious.
Yeah, but compare those to like older shows is what I'm talking. That's why I brought up Big Time Rush is because I was referencing it to a classic TV
Right.
show. You know, because it really reminded me of the Monkees. The Monkees was just, you know, a classic, hilarious, black and white. Came out about the time when the you know, the British, the hair, all of that,
Right.
you know,
Yep.
so it was funny as hell. So, iCarly, I don't know if I'd consider that classic. Good TV show, but not
Yeah, no,
classic.
but I thought it was really when I got to the point where I was like, all right, I'm tired of cartoons and I don't want to watch Bart Simpson.
Yes.
So when the kids want to put something on, I'm like, put something on that's got people in it, not two dimensional.
Yes.
So when they would want me to sit down and watch with them, it was those shows.
Yeah. Good. Good. Yeah, yeah, yeah. So, is there any movie that you introduced to them that was a classic that you thought they needed to watch this at some point in their life?
Oh, I don't know. That's going to take some thought.
Okay.
Nothing's popping out. Everything is is recent. You know, I can't.
Define
But,
recent in the last 20 years.
well, no, if it came out 20 years ago, yeah, that's something I would watch with Andrew. The only movie that's coming up that I would watch with the kids a million times, it's fairly old, I think, is Aladdin.
Okay. Yeah, I'm talking older than that.
Yeah, see, that came out in '93.
Wow. Oh, it's older than I thought. Okay.
That's the cartoon.
Yeah, I know. It's still a good movie. So, good classic.
I still can't find the one with there it is. 1992 was the original one with Robin Williams in it. 1992.
Nice. Okay.
So see, that's 20 years ago.
No, that's 30 years ago.
Holy shit, 30 years ago. So yeah, that's the show I would watch with the kids.
Right.
Because Nikki's 24, Andrew's 20.
Yeah. Okay. What would you consider a classic?
For me or them? See, now I'm like
Yeah. It's a tough
wobbling.
one. Yeah, because
Yeah.
I mean, you know, if you look at 30 years ago, is that a classic? And if that's the case, am I a classic?
Yes, you are.
Just saying. You know, because if you're going to talk 30 years ago, there's a ton of shows that came out, and some of them don't exist. I mean, you can't even find them on a streaming service.
I'm fixing to tell you. You ready?
Yeah.
Because I just Googled movies from 30 years ago.
Oh, I was going to say TV shows, but movies is good too.
You said movies.
Oh, okay. Well, I was
Yeah,
clapping.
but that's why I said Aladdin.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Okay, so let's do classic movies. Let's just turn that corner real quick since I pulled it up.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Batman Returns, Mikey, Death Becomes Her, The River Runs Through It, Candyman, Fern Gully.
Okay.
Yeah, a lot of these I wouldn't watch.
Yeah, see, yeah, if you turn back to like the 80s though, and these movies I have watched with my kids. Okay? Crocodile Dundee,
Yes.
Lost Boys,
Yes.
Xanadu.
I never really watched that.
Oh, okay. Olivia Newton-John and Gene Kelly. Couldn't go wrong.
Never I don't think I've ever watched that one.
Okay.
There's some funny ones in here now that I'm finding. My Cousin Vinny,
That was a great movie.
The Bodyguard.
That was the first time Whitney Houston went on a movie, and that was huge.
Yes,
Yes.
it was. And he knew it. What was it? White Men Can't Jump, Wayne's World.
Oh, yeah. Great movie. Great comedy. Inappropriate. People would get offended these days. They'd have to find their safe space.
Isn't that funny?
Yeah.
To find their safe space. They have to
What?
call the therapist first and ask if it's okay if they watch the movie.
Yeah, exactly. Because, I mean, think about it. You know, you were talking about Saturday Night Live, and we were talking about comedians, and I mentioned Johnny Carson, you know, the original Tonight Show, you know, black and white. So,
Yeah.
you know,
Still, I won't watch the new Tonight Show.
I don't either.
You know, he's getting too political.
Oh, you're talking about Jimmy Fallon?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I
So
know.
where did that?
Yeah,
Where's
the
it
funny
at?
thing is what is it? Johnny Carson was political too.
Yeah, but
He made fun of both sides. He was
yeah,
equal opportunity offender.
it was like Jimmy Fallon's actually like trolling for votes for the Democratic Party or something. You know,
I know. But I mean,
he
yeah.
Johnny Carter never did that. He just did it because he was drunk.
Yeah, or because he didn't care.
Yeah,
He made fun of
yeah,
everyone.
that's right.
Yeah,
He did.
exactly. So,
Honey, I Shrunk the Kids. That was a good old movie.
see, and I don't know that I'd consider those classics because that's still
30
90s. I mean, but yeah, they're 30 years ago. It's hard to imagine. You know?
All right, let me just to 40 years ago.
Okay, 40 years ago is more classic to me.
Fast Times at Ridgemont High.
Yes. Porky's?
Grease. Porky's. Here's one that'll blow your mind.
Okay.
E.T.
Is 40 years old.
is 40 years old.
Holy cow.
Well, it came up in the
Yeah. That's hard to
E.T.
imagine. Yeah, did
Conan
you by the way, I'm going to share something really funny with you.
Okay.
Did you know E.T. was in Star Wars?
No.
Yeah.
Which one?
So, the first was it The Force Awakens? When they were doing the whole Senate thing and they were talking to the Senate and all the representatives from all the plants were sitting around, they actually showed a little screenshot, they flashed to a little booth and it was full of ET people. Oh, and I was just like, oh my God, are you serious?
I want to say I saw that because I've watched those movies 100 times.
Right. So, but it's funny because everybody keeps like, ET must have been force sensitive because that's how he did everything he did in this. Sorry.
Now I got to go rewatch it again.
Yeah, exactly. So,
see, The Force Awakens is number 7.
No, Force Awakens is technically number 1 in the timeline, but it's the 4th movie that came out. Oh, no. Sorry, you're right. Not The Force Awakens. It's the one with the Naboo. What is it? No, Force Awakens is the one with Rey.
The hard part about it is you can't go to IMDb and say Star Wars. You have to Google it because it doesn't do.
Oh, really?
Star Wars in order.
Yeah. Yes. Okay. Phantom Menace. My bad. Phantom Menace.
Okay.
Yeah. That was my bad. Force Awakens is the one with Rey. Phantom Menace is the one that was, first in the timeline, but technically the 4th movie that was released.
See, so now I'm going to have to go rewatch it because I have all those on Blu-ray.
Oh, really? Nice.
Those are the only things I have on Blu-ray is the Star Wars series.
Really?
I used to have all 9 Aliens movies because the Aliens, the second one of my most favorite movies in the whole world.
Is that the one where she's in the prison?
No, that's number 3.
Oh, okay.
Number 2 is the one because the first one is Alien, just singular.
Right.
The second one is plural, Aliens. And then the third one, I don't know what it's called. I think it's Aliens 3.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what she's in. She ends up on the planet with all the molesters and perverts and
she has to shave her head and all that stuff. Yeah.
Look like,
Yeah. And she gave birth to Alien. Yeah.
As she was falling into the pit.
Yes.
Yeah. I love the Alien series. Another one of my all-time favorite movies that I've watched, I know over 100 times, is Predator with Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Oh, yeah. The original.
The original one, yes.
Yeah.
2 and 3 are okay.
I didn't know there was a 3.
Oh, well, there's like 10
Oh.
because they Alien Requiem, and they have Alien versus Predator, and they have all those that are sequels of spawns off, that kind of thing.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
None of them is as good as the Arnold Schwarzenegger and all the bad boys. Bill Duke.
Yes. Yeah, yeah, yeah. That was a great movie.
Yeah, one
So,
of my all favorites.
okay. That's an interesting one for being an all-time favorite. Okay, so if you're going back, I don't know
So
if
I'm back 40 years, and one of the ones I've been wanting to mention is, did you ever watch The Dark Crystal?
yes. Great
Yep.
movie.
I'm holding off because there's one movie in here that I know everybody that's listening is going to go, oh my God, I remember that movie.
Okay, come on.
Grease.
Oh, everybody's watched Grease. Come on, that was just like a classic. I mean,
Man,
John Travolta, Olivia Newton-John. I mean, come on. Couldn't go wrong with that one.
can't go wrong with it.
So, I just remembered a show that we haven't mentioned that is really funny, has John Travolta in it. It's a great classic.
Saturday Night Live.
No, a good one.
No, it's a good show.
Welcome Back, Kotter.
Forgot about that one. It wasn't in our list.
I know.
That's a good show. I watch that a lot too.
Yeah, with Horshack and all the guys. Oh my God. How could you
That's a
not?
good
Yeah. So that was a great a really great show.
Airplane.
Oh yeah. I do remember Airplane.
That was a
Okay.
good parody thing.
Facts of Life.
I watched it a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's exactly right.
Yeah.
Full House.
Silver Spoons. That's the one with the train. Because it was the
Oh,
rich kid.
yeah.
Yes,
There you
Silver
go.
Spoon. And then of course you had Different Strokes. The show we haven't mentioned, and I just saw this. Now I'm hitting 80s comedy or 80s stuff now. Okay, since you technically 80s is 40 years ago, so I'm like, holy crap. We mentioned Cheers, Dukes of Hazzard, and of course Abigail's favorite. Do you know what Abigail's favorite is?
No.
WKRP in Cincinnati.
Oh, I remember her saying that now.
Come on, how could we not forget that one, man?
Oh,
So,
I'm old.
whatever.
Oh my God. That's number 2.
What?
Ghostbusters.
Oh, yeah, there you go. Okay.
I Googled the same thing you're Googling, movies from the 80s, and Ghostbusters 2 came out in the 80s. So now I want to find out when 1 came out.
Okay.
See,
So
that's the kind of stuff that gets me.
yeah, but I was just watching. Okay, here's a good show. I was talking about shows that teach a lesson. The Waltons.
Oh, there you go. Now they did teach a good lesson.
Yeah, I mean that one was really, gather around the house, have dinner together, everybody, said goodnight. Funny thing is I still do that. Every night I go through the house. Huh?
Good night, John Boy.
Oh yeah, exactly.
That's what they said in the movie, right?
Yeah, a TV show, yes. But no, I actually go through the house, turn off all the lights, check all the doors, make sure everything's locked up, and I literally go, "Good night, Jay. Good night, Gabe," and then I go lay down.
Are they asleep or do they respond?
They respond.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Depending on how late it is,
I was
But
gonna say
I don't usually go to bed that late, so they're usually awake.
I was asleep at 7:30 last night.
Okay, you're not that early. I got to
Yeah,
take.
no, that was awful early. 'Cause I was tired yesterday.
Yeah, I take my meds at 10 o'clock, and I'm not allowed to lay down after I take it for 15 minutes.
That's what you were saying.
Yeah. So, no. Okay, I'm looking through this list, and you're going to really laugh at some of these because you already mentioned some of these. We said Welcome Back, Kotter, Brady Bunch, Good Times, What's Happening,
Right.
All in the Family, funny as hell. Yeah.
Yep.
Sanford and Son, we've mentioned.
Oh yeah.
What was it? There was another one here.
Wow.
$6 million Man.
And the Bionic Woman.
Exactly. Or
Who
Wonder
did
Woman, the original Wonder Woman.
original? Yeah.
Yeah, what is it? Diana Carter, I think was her name. Was the actress
Was it Diane Carter?
or something? What was her name?
I'm looking it up.
Okay. So, here's another one. Really good one.
Linda Carter.
Linda Carter. Sorry. I think
Oh
Diana
no,
was the name of the character. So,
you're probably right.
yeah. Buck
You're
Rogers.
absolutely right. Diana Prince.
Oh my gosh. I actually got it right.
Good.
Okay. Okay.
Did good.
So, Buck Rogers. Do you remember Buck Rogers?
Wow. That's one we hadn't even talked about. See, now we're going back 50 plus years.
Whatever.
That
So,
Buck Rogers. Oh, maybe.
now I will tell, yeah. So, I mean, but it's classic television. For me, I mean, it's, you start looking at these and you're just like, oh my gosh, these are great shows. How did kids not, I don't know. I think they're missing out. The Love Boat, Fantasy Island.
Fantasy Island. Used to watch that all the time too.
The plane.
What? Are you referencing me? What are you doing?
Yeah, whatever. So, but anyway, go ahead. Go ahead. You were going to mention something.
No, I'm just kind of freaking out because I did movies from the 60s
Okay.
and none of them ring a bell that I have seen.
Okay.
The Heat of the Night with Sidney Poitier. I've seen that one.
I've seen that one.
And then I'm scrolling, and I can't find anything. Then I see A Fistful of Dollars. Everybody's probably seen that one. Then
Right.
I saw one that actually caught my eye that I've seen more than once. And that's the original Planet of the Apes.
Oh, yeah. They used to
It's a
show
good-
that on TV, and that was a big deal when we watched it on TV.
Yep. That was a really good movie.
Right. Okay, so
I can't find anything Psycho.
okay, here's
True. Sorry, go ahead.
no. I was gonna say the original Muppet Show.
Yes.
It's okay. To your crime shows that you're a big fan of.
Yeah.
We forgot the original Charlie's Angels.
Oh, how can we forget that?
I mean,
I did have a Farrah Fawcett poster in my room forever.
there you go. Come on. How do we not? What was wrong with us?
Here, I got a little tidbit information. My mother's best friend worked at a clothing store in Corpus Christi where Farrah Fawcett did all of her shopping.
Nice.
Yes.
Okay.
So once a week, my mother would get pictures in the mail, Polaroids, pictures in the mail,
right,
of when Farrah Fawcett came in and tried on dresses and stuff.
Nice.
Yeah, like once a week. I mean, when she was off on a shoot, no, but
yeah, exactly.
When she was living in Corpus with $6 Million Man, what was his name?
Rogers.
My God, what was his name?
Rogers.
Lee Majors. Oh, you were like right on it.
Yeah. Okay. Lee Majors. My fault. Okay.
No, it wasn't your fault. You were there.
Okay.
You said Rogers, Majors. What's the difference? Just one.
Yeah.
Majors. Yeah.
Yeah. The Partridge Family.
Partridge Family. Yeah, I watched that.
Sorry, that's some old classic stuff. So, it's funny. I'm sitting here going through this list, and it's like, okay, Fantasy Island. I don't know of anything they got now that's like Fantasy Island.
No, they tried to come out with another one. I think.
Yeah. So Gilligan's Island, all they did was they made it a reality show. So it's called Survivor, right? I mean, that's a reality show. It's Gilligan's Island. They throw you on an island and you got to figure it out. So at least that's my opinion. Maybe I'm wrong.
So see, yeah, they've come out. So the Fantasy Island, the original, came out in '77.
Okay.
And that was with Ricardo Montalban,
Yes.
and then Ave. What I can't pronounce his last name. That's a little short guy. But they also have a Fantasy Island that came out in '98 with Malcolm McDowell,
Oh,
and then another Fantasy Island that came out in 2020, and then another one that came out in 2021.
what?
There's one in 2022, 2002. There's a bunch of them.
Oh,
Two, three, four. There's five movies that came out. I think the original Fantasy Island was a series.
yes.
And
You're
I
talking
think
about the movie. Yeah.
these other ones are movies.
Yeah. No, the TV show is what the one I was mainly focused on. So, but it was always really interesting.
And Malcolm McDowell did a Fantasy Island. It was a series. It was only 13 episodes, and it must have just tanked.
Right.
So I don't know.
No,
But
I know.
that was a really good show I used to watch.
It's a really interesting one.
Yeah.
So, but I just Knight Rider.
Knight Rider.
That was a good one.
It was a good one.
So, but when we're looking at, oh, I just saw one. This is good. Okay. How could we forget about this one?
What?
Hogan's Heroes.
Uh I know nothing. Wow. That's a good one. I remember watching that quite a bit too.
Okay, so I'm asking for the people out there, what are your shows? We've mentioned a lot of shows. Okay, and based on what we've talked about so far, you had Alice, Facts of Life. I mean, there was quite a few. I'm still going to stick with, okay, I forgot about Dukes of Hazzard. So Dukes of Hazzard, definitely in my top 5 classic shows. Okay.
Wow, you sitting here talking about this? We watched a crap load of TV when we were kids. If we know all these shows and watched them all,
I disagree.
watch a crap load of TV.
No, because I'll be honest with you, I was outside a lot. But when we came in at the end of the day, that's what you did. You sat in front of we didn't have gaming consoles. We didn't have tablets. We didn't have phones.
Nothing.
Nothing. What do?
Watch TV.
Yeah, you're tired from being outside all day. You watch TV. So that's if your mom doesn't making you clean the house,
Right.
So I thought it was interesting because I'm sitting there going through this and I'm like, oh yeah, I remember all of these shows, most of them. There's quite a few that, I wouldn't say that I watched. I've heard of them, but yeah, it's just crazy. So I don't know.
I remember all the way up until high school, basically watching, and I don't know if this is the exact order. I know that Fred Flintstone was on when I got home.
Yes.
And then Gilligan's Island, and then Bewitched, and I Love Lucy, and you said the other one, and I forgot.
I Dream of Jeannie.
I Dream of Jeannie. Yes.
Great one.
And those were the ones I watched. And at that point, after those shows were done, it was time for me to get in the bath or get in bed or whatever.
Right. Well, you had dinner, had to do your homework, had to do whatever. And then it was parents' TV. You go to your room. I don't care if you go to bed or not. You're not going to be in here.
Right.
So that's funny.
No, my mother was a hairdresser. She was still working after I went to bed.
Oh, yeah, that's true. I remember.
Yeah.
So, but that's interesting. So, and I wanted to kind of bring that up because it's okay. Be honest with me.
Right.
Quality of TV compared to, let's say, 2000 and before to 2000 and now. Do you think the quality of TV is better or worse?
Now, graphics wise,
Well, yeah. Technology has changed a lot of things.
yes. But if you want to talk about, and I'm going to say this as blunt as I possibly can, the shit that kids are watching these days, no,
No.
the quality has gone to shit
Okay.
because they'll have, and even back in the day, we had PG, R, and X, whatever,
Right.
right?
Right.
Now we have, oh my God, Y7, and I don't know how many different
PG, PG
categories,
13, 17
PG
and up.
7,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah, all that. And we didn't have all that crap.
No.
And the reason we didn't is because they weren't putting shows out that were somewhat disruptive or bad teaching towards kids under an R-rated movie, which was an 18-year-old limit.
Yeah.
So anything that was PG was good enough for us to see. Now, if you watch a 70s or an 80s or even an early 90s movie and it's PG, nowadays some of those would be rated R.
Which is ridiculous.
Because I've seen PG movies in the 90s where they show a lady's boobs.
Okay.
And I was like, this is not PG. You know, because I was around young kids and we put this movie in. I wonder, you know, you say that the Lost Boys, I wonder if the Lost Boys would it rated.
Well, and the funny thing is, there was no nudity in The Lost Boys.
No, but there was some fooling around.
Yeah.
She laid on top of him while they were kissing.
Yeah. But there wasn't a lot. It was mainly, that one was mainly a horror. There was blood. There was creepiness.
Rated R.
Yeah.
It's rated R. And it
Yeah.
came out in 87.
Yeah. And see, my daughter loved that one. That was her favorite movie for years. She just, vampires. I think that was the other reason. Yeah.
Yeah.
That was a great, but it was a really good movie. They did it. I mean, it was creepy as hell, but Kiefer Sutherland did a phenomenal job in that movie.
That put him on the map. Because he was young when he did that.
Yeah. And then he did, what was it? He did a TV show called 24. He did a couple of other movies.
What's the one where he's the guy that they have a meeting with all the top people and the building blew up and he's like number 19 in Succession? What do they call that?
I thought he was number 24 in Succession, and that was 24. That was
No,
that wasn't.
that's a different one.
Oh, okay.
Kiefer Sutherland.
Nick's
So
got to
his
look it up.
claim to fame is 24, but he did. There was another.
Of course, he was in the movie with Emilio Estevez and Charlie Sheen, the country movie, the gunslinger movie. I can't remember the name of it. I'll remember in a minute.
Young Guns.
Young Guns. Thank you.
The movie the TV series that he was in after all that, after 24, was Designated Survivor.
Oh,
That's a great TV series. I've watched it.
I have not seen that one.
Yeah, the designate. So all the president on down, the top 18 people
Yes.
are in this one meeting in this one building. It's the one time a year that they're all in the same building, and the building blew up. He is now the president of the United States, and he was low ranked.
Yeah.
And I think it was number 19, if I vaguely remember.
Right.
So now all of a sudden, everybody's looking to him to retaliate and find out who the people were and how they did it and blah blah blah.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's a really good TV show.
Okay.
It followed up 24 very well.
Okay.
He was a secret agent in 24 or something like that, wasn't he?
Yeah, I think that's what it was. I never watched
Kinda like-
24.
You ever watch Blacklist?
No.
Oh, you got to watch that.
Okay. Let's
Love
focus on classics, though. We'll do another episode on new stuff.
Well, I'm just saying we started talking about Kiefer Sutherland. You know.
I know. Fair enough. That was, yeah. So,
Don't be scolding me.
whatever. Shut up. Okay. How can we forget one of the best classics? And when I say it, you're going to be like, holy crap, how did we forget that? Lou Ferrigno
The Hulk.
as the Incredible Hulk.
The Incredible Hulk.
How do we forget the Incredible Hulk, dude?
Well, they've had several of those after the fact,
Yes.
and now all the
Movies.
yeah, what is it? What are they called?
The Marvel shows? What?
Yeah, the Marvel. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, the special effects are a lot better now than they were back then.
Well, yeah,
Yeah.
but
But that was still,
he's
I
still
was,
he's still angry.
he's still angry.
Yeah.
Wait, did you remember the Marvel's movie? I'm always angry.
Yeah.
So, anyway, no, I was just sitting there looking and I was like, holy crap. I didn't even, yeah, that's crazy. Okay.
Wow, I'm looking at the '50s movies.
Oh, you're really going back.
Well,
Uh,
you said there are a couple movies in there that you should know.
okay.
The Thing,
I've never seen it, but I know it.
The Ten Commandments.
Okay. Know that one.
That's a good one.
That is a very good one.
Yeah, that's as far as I've got so far.
Okay. So you wanted, you went back to 50s. So I went back to 50s. We're talking classic television here. Okay.
James Dean, A Rebel Without a Cause, High Noon.
Okay. You ready for this?
Yeah.
The Three Stooges.
Yes.
How could we forget?
We haven't forgotten it. The show's not over yet. The Three Stooges. You ever looked up the history of not necessarily the show, but how they got on and how they got just ripped off beyond belief?
No.
They only did like 20 episodes,
Okay.
and they were slated to do 50 or more.
Okay.
And then they didn't pay them after they did the shows, and yeah, it was a nasty deal.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, it was really bad. They got paid a quarter of what they did, and they only did it was terrible.
Abbott and Costello.
That's a good one.
Yeah, that was a good one. But yeah, I mean, sitting here, The Lone Ranger, talking about 50s shows is insane. Gunsmoke, you know, it's kind of crazy. I was really surprised. There are some shows in here I have actually seen, and I'm sitting here looking through it, and I'm like, holy crap. So, oh, there's a show. Okay, hold on. I gotta find it real quick. What do you got something on you? Cause I gotta
No,
find.
I'm sitting here looking at the Three Stooges, um, and seeing it. It's so old.
Hee
It came
haw.
out in Hee-haw. I remember that one too.
I just remembered that
See,
one.
man, we start remembering all this stuff. It's like, damn, we watched a lot of TV.
Well, but I mean, but we didn't. I mean, because some of these shows didn't have very many episodes. You know.
No.
So it's really hard to, you know, go back and you think about it, and it's like, oh wow. So yeah, I am okay.
Can you believe that they rated the Three Stooges TVG
Okay.
with all that hitting each other and smacking their noses off and all that? So it says there were 150 episodes, but there's no way that's right.
No, that's right.
It says they ran from 1934 to 1953.
Maybe.
153 episodes. That's what it says. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I heard that they got ripped off somehow.
Yeah. Maybe it was the first season or something like that, and then they broke away.
Yeah. See, that's the thing that blows me away. Is it running by seasons? See, they didn't do seasons back then.
Yeah.
They did TV shows. It was every week, year round.
Yeah. No, I know what you're saying. Good point.
But see here, I'm looking at it. God dog it, where'd it go? So see, that's the thing. I gotta find it now. Oh, I had it. Episodes and cast. No, that ain't it. I just found it. Oh, here. 151 episodes. And as I'm scrolling through it, it had episode guide. So it says, damn, I did it again. So 1, 2, 3, 4. They only did 4 shows in 1934.
Oh.
5, 6. They only did 7 shows in 1935. So see, that's what would have happened.
Yeah.
Is they used them as fillers when something wasn't going on. So it wasn't like an every week kind of a thing. And here I'll give you an example. The 5 shows that came through, the first one in 1935, the first one was January 10th. The second was February 20th. The third was March 29th. And then April 26th, August 1st, August 29th, November 28th. That was the 5 throughout the entire year.
They must have been specials back then or something like that.
It must have been, because in 1936, he probably did 7 or 8. 1837, probably did 10 or 12. And 38, same thing, 10 or 12. And then it just goes on and on.
Right.
That's why there's so many. But they're only doing 10 episodes a year.
Yeah.
And getting paid $15 an episode.
Yeah.
If that.
Yeah, I know.
You know, back then in the 30s, a house only cost $1,000.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, a very nice house, actually.
Yeah. And you could order it from the Sears and Roebuck catalog.
Yep.
Don't challenge me, folks. I actually had the pleasure of seeing a Sears and Roebuck house still standing.
Wow.
Yeah, a catalog house still standing in Seymour, Indiana.
Oh, well, that shit wouldn't happen down here in Texas.
No.
The salt would have killed it.
Yeah, exactly. Well, but I mean, up there, even through the snow, it survived all the weather and the snowstorms and all that.
Yeah.
You know, so that says a lot. They built them pretty good back in the day.
Yep. But yeah, that's crazy, because I remember my mother on my 10th birthday, so that was almost 50 years ago, bought a 4,700 square foot, 6-car garage for $65,000.
Wow.
Yeah. So that was what, in the early 70s?
Yeah.
73?
Yeah. Damn. Okay.
Huge house.
Yeah.
Huge.
Yeah,
I could get lost in a house. I'd loved it.
Yeah.
I couldn't even hear my mother screaming dinner was ready, because I was downstairs in the wherever, or in the garage.
Right.
Huge garage. I loved it.
That's funny.
On Galveston Island. Still standing too, by the way.
Good for you.
That was awesome.
So, well, okay, folks, we got to wrap it up.
Oh,
Part of the, here's the whole thing. Sometimes we do these episodes just to kind of look back, and I'm going to stick by it. My top 3 is still going to be pretty good there. The Addams Family, I'm pretty good on that one. The Munsters was good. But, I mean, there's plenty of really great shows out there, folks. And you know what? Show them to your kids, or just go back and enjoy them again.
Yeah.
So, I really have been enjoying. Go ahead.
My favorite show, Gilligan, little buddy.
Yeah.
Gilligan. Loved that show when I was a kid.
Is it on anywhere?
I don't know, but now that we're sitting here talking, as soon as I get off this podcast, I'm going to go look. 'Cause if that's the case, I got to pick Andrew up at work in a little bit, and I'm going to go bring him back here and go, sit your ass down. We're going to watch Gilligan.
There you go. Exactly. Watch the first episode, right? Here's the lesson. Never take a 3-hour tour. Anyway, sorry. Anyway. Well, folks, I don't have anything else. This was more of a just kind of talk about the old days, kind of a nostalgia episode. We hope it may have brought some good memories to you,
Right. Have you taken time to look it up and see some of the shows you did watch, or go rewatch them?
Yes. Maybe they're on a streaming service, your favorite one or whatever. Yes.
We ought to get paid for advertising for these people.
Whatever.
Netflix and whatever.
Yeah. Netflix, whatever the hell. Whatever, dude. Anyway. Well, folks, I don't have anything else. Nick, do you have anything else you want to share with the crowd?
I'm good with it. That was a good episode.
What,
Enjoyed it.
what's the any closing classic statements?
Right off the top of my head,
You don't remember any?
no.
Oh, okay. So I remember opening statements, the welcome back katas and all those, but I don't remember any closing statements.
I think they just end the show.
Yeah.
But there was actually a song I was going to ask you, and I could remember the song, but I couldn't remember the show. And I was thought it would trigger you to give me the answer,
Okay.
and we got wrapped up. I forgot it now.
Oh, you don't remember the song?
No, now all I can think of is Gilligan's theme song at the beginning, "A Tale of a Fateful Trip."
Yes, exactly.
That whole deal. I can only remember part of that now too. I have to
That's-
think.
Yeah.
I'm under pressure. I'm panicking.
Whatever. So, but no, we really did, folks. It's kind of one of those. Wanted to do something fun. I've been watching some classic television, so I wanted to do a little bit of talking about some of these old shows, and really enjoyed MASH. It's funny watching some of all the old stars do these guest star spots on this show, and they used to cross shows a lot, and so it was really great. I don't know. I really enjoyed it. So check out some of the shows. If you're one of the young kids, check out one of the shows. You never know. There was some really good storytelling written back in the day. In my opinion, storytelling is way better than the way it is now. We've gotten reality TV. We want to watch somebody else's drama.
I
Yeah.
have to say there are some out now, but not as many. There are
No.
very few.
No, I agree.
Everybody's throwing stuff out there to make money.
Yes.
It doesn't have any hard content. There are some good ones out there that are really good storylines.
No, I agree. Don't get me
Yeah.
wrong. There are some good ones out there, but I don't think there's as many.
Yeah.
It seems like the storytelling was way better back in the day, and there was more people doing it. And the sad thing is, there were less people doing it. I mean, if you
Right.
think about the population has blew up, you would think the storytelling would be better and the quality, but yeah, no.
Yeah.
So,
Just put a show out.
yeah.
See if it works. Oh, it only lasted for 1 or 2 or 3 seasons.
Yeah. Yeah, let's move on. Exactly. Yeah. So, yeah, don't worry about the quality. Don't worry about the storytelling. It earned us enough money in advertisement.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, anyway, well, I am done. Of course, we appreciate everyone showing up to the show. And, you're done. We hope you keep following and keep listening.